Hello everyone, I'm back, and today we finally have the 2026 Thomas trailer. Oh my goodness. I'm here on the Thomas channel. It was posted 24 minutes ago, and yeah, we're gonna give it a watch. And then, since I'm in a car right now, I'll be giving my thoughts later when I get back home, so let's see. Really helpful engines.
Hi, I'm Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh. Okay, so, alright, so the visuals look really, they're not terrible. I'll say that. They're not terrible. We can also see that there is a separate little shed for Bruno on the side, so that's nice. Wow.
Hi, I'm Thomas the Tank Engine.
The voice is truly something. I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting him to be a kid, especially with the story talker, but yeah,
Join me on Sodor.
the face animation.
Around every bend, there's someone who needs help.
I can be a helper.
A problem to solve. Thank you both.
Our pleasure.
And no one is more excited to help
You see,
than Thomas.
wait. I'm just gonna say it. The faces don't look the faces don't look particularly better in animation. I thought they looked better moving, but if I'm gonna be honest, they look worse, honestly.
Join.
Is that Crane Truck J? Oh my goodness, we finally got Crane Truck J. Or one of the other 15 billion crane trucks they revealed.
Thomas and his friends. We're a team.
Okay, Gordon's face doesn't actually look that bad.
For exciting adventures.
Okay.
Unexpected surprises.
Oh.
You saved
Alright.
me. We thought you might need help.
Okay, so yeah, Thomas and Percy's voices are basically just the story talkers. That's
Songs
what
you'll
I
be
expect.
singing long after the journey ends.
Thomas, I'm a helpful engine.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Ooh, green coaches. Okay, that's nice.
Let's have fun and get things done.
Because every delivery, you're doing splendidly.
Oh, Topham Hat's revealed. Okay.
I can do this.
And every adventure is better when friends work together. Thank you for being so.
Oh, that Gordon voice. Okay, so Topham's basically just his nitrogen CGI model.
Splendidly. Every challenge
I can do this.
and every adventure is better when friends work together. Thank you for being so helpful.
That's what friends do.
So,
Okay, Bruno's voice
Friends
isn't bad.
Railway stories, really helpful engines.
So the show's called Railway Stories. Okay, I don't mind that.
Available on YouTube September 17th.
What? It's coming on YouTube before Netflix?
Netflix September 30th.
Okay, that's it. Okay, let's go through this again. Let's go through.
Hi,
So here we have. Ew, where's my?
I'm Tom. A helper.
Problem to
Wait, hold up. All right, so for some reason my screen went dark. That's just a problem I have with my phone. But anyway, first of all, we can see they have you know, the location names in big letters above the location. So like here it says Tidmouth Sheds, like the set. So a lot of this is actually very similar to the set that we got. Like this little area over here. So Harold's helipad is probably gonna be on that. We have the sign, the color scheme's the same. And as for the engines, we can see Henry there. So, you know, it's good to have him back. Unfortunately, we're gonna rewatch this, so we might not have spotted Edward just yet, but he might be in it. So there's Henry, Rosie, who we see closer later, Percy, who we see closer later, Gordon, who we see closer later, and James. This was the best image of James's face, and honestly, from what I can see, it doesn't look any better. It honestly, it might just look worse, in my opinion.
Hi, I'm Thomas the Tank Engine.
As I said, I'm not particularly a fan of kid voice Thomas, but at the same time, I don't really care, you know, as long as the writing's good, because I was able to sit through All Engines Go, or at least the 15 episodes I watched of it. I only kept up with the airing schedule of All Engines Go for the first few episodes of season 1. Then I watched the rest of season 1 and season 2 as it was put on demand. And then I just never watched the show again. I didn't even watch any of the specials. All I've seen from the last special, the 80th special, are the scenes with Duck. That's all I've seen. So yeah, I'm able to I can handle Kid Boys Thomas. So yeah.
On Sodor.
Around every
The animation's really nice.
there's someone who needs help.
It just looks really off.
I can be a helper.
Problem to solve.
Bruno. He's Bruno. Bruno actually looks better in movement. Bruno looks like he could just very well be an unused Wubba character, honestly. Like, his character design isn't the best, but he does fit in as a Thomas character. I will say that. I'm not really a fan. I'm still not a fan of the red wheels and the fact that he has fixed bogies. I'd prefer if he had, you know, separate bogies and black wheels. That would look way better. And I'm also not too big of a fan with the I'm not too much of a fan of the yellow buffer beams. I would have preferred if they had red fronts and the sides were yellow. But then again, that could just be too much red on Bruno, so
Thank you both.
could have been for the best. I think that's Farmer McCall. He looks fine. He looks more or less just like his CGI model.
Pleasure.
No one is more
The people designs kind of look like mixtures of their classic wooden figures and the CGI renders. So yeah, that's nice. Here are some Orange Branch line coaches. Hopefully we get some die casts of those, because I do not want to buy a ton of Annie and Clarabelles to customize into these.
to help than Thomas.
See, there was another look at the coach. And here's Rosie, who... Okay, I might have been a little too harsh on her at first. She doesn't look that bad. Her buffers are a little thick, but I think that's something that was on the props, yeah. I don't understand why Rosie doesn't have the light gray footplate, though. If I remember correctly, she had that on her diecast package. And she has had that throughout the entire series, so I don't know why they randomly removed it here. Yeah.
Steamer head.
Join
Crane Truck J. What the heck?
Thomas and
Okay, for all purposes, I'm just gonna call this Crane Truck J. So I'm glad he isn't just a open wagon with a giant crane arm on it. You know, that's the first thing. Second of all, he looks more like a reboot Bob the Builder design than a Thomas design. Like, replace the face with like a face where the eyes are like the headlights or something, and he'd fit right in with the reboot Bob the Builder characters. Maybe make him Lofty's brother or something. Alright, I'm sorry about that quick stop. I had to get my lunch, but anyway.
than Thomas.
Full steamer head.
Join
Here we
Thomas.
are. Here's Crane Truck J. Honestly, I don't mind his character design. I don't mind it.
Friends, we're a team.
Gordon. His face honestly doesn't look that bad. I honestly like it a bit.
On Sodor for exciting adventures, unexpected surprises.
The mail van. I don't like how thick the the footplate is, but you know, that's really it. It looks really nice. I'm excited for the diecast of it, because this shows that it's basically just going to be a CGI mail van, so, you know, that's good. No major redesign. Back a bit.
We're a team here on Sodor for exciting adventures, unexpected surprises.
You saved me. We thought you might need help.
Also, I just realized I didn't point this out. I love that they're British again. I love how they're British. This is the American Thomas channel. Of course, it doesn't say Thomas and Friends USA, but this is the US Thomas channel, and I'm glad they're
Songs
British
you'll be
again.
singing long after the journey ends.
Thomas, I'm a helper.
Green coaches. This is our only other look at James. We can see that he's basically just, you know, Nitrogen James, but these green coaches look interesting. I hope they release some merch of them too.
Engine, let's have fun. Go.
See, We don't have a lot of voice lines for Rosie, but she sounds just fine.
Every delivery. You're doing
I also love how diverse, I guess, the environments are. Because in this single trailer, we got Tidmouth Sheds, Knapford Station, quite a few countryside sets with the road next to it. I think that part where Thomas slipped down the hill was Gordon's Hill. And here we have, like, I don't know if this is Brendam Docks or Knapford Harbor or some new place, but, you know, that's nice. Percy looks good. I don't like how bright his eyes are. Like, I don't know. His eyes just look really neon as opposed to Thomas, which kind of match his paintwork. I don't know. Percy's eyes just look too bright here. But yeah, Percy's face isn't the worst.
challenge.
I can do that.
And here's a green mail van, it seems like. So yeah.
And every adventure is
See that I thought that's what I think is Gordon's Hill. And also, these have like the crates. Those trucks have the crates from the Cranky's dockside delivery set or Thomas, whatever the Cranky set was called. These crates are in it. So yeah.
better when friends work together. Thank you for being so helpful.
Gordon's face animation, the more it moves, it either looks terrible or it looks really good. Honestly, yeah. I like that he has his express head code back. You know, that was revealed by his die cast. So yeah. Yeah. Also, you can barely tell that Gordon's a darker shade of blue. Hold up.
Challenge.
I can do this.
And every adventure is better when
Hold up.
friends work together. Thank you for
See, like, Thomas is almost like cyan here, while Gordon's more of a deeper blue. You can see a difference, but it's not that different in the show as it was in the merchandise. So that could just be lighting. I'll go back to the start in a moment to see. Like here, you can see Gordon's pretty dark, while Thomas is this way lighter blue.
That's what friends do.
I also don't mind Bruno's voice, you know. We don't really have anything beyond All Engines Go in terms of reference for him, so I don't mind it.
Thomas and Friends Railway Stories. Really helpful engines special.
Now, they missed the chance to call this Really Useful Engines, but I don't mind the Railway Stories name.
Available on YouTube. September.
Now, I was surprised that they chose to release it on YouTube early because, you know, Netflix would probably give them more money, but honestly, I don't mind it. I'm all for it.
And Netflix September 30th.
Okay, so let's go back to the start. See Gordon. Okay, you can barely see him actually. Also, you can barely tell Henry and Percy are different shades of green. Yeah. But overall, this trailer is really nice, really promising, and I'm excited for the show now. Or at least the special, because we haven't gotten any news on the show itself. Alright, so now that I've had time to actually sit on the trailer and, you know, think about it, I'd like to give my final thoughts on it. First of all, the animation is probably at its peak. This is the best the animation has been since season 21. There's a wide variety of different lightings and locations, and I honestly really like it. The only downside in terms of animation are the faces, and of course the bouncing engines, which we can't really control, so yeah. Anyway, that'll be it. I don't really mind the voices either. The characters sound a bit younger than I'd like, but, you know, the voices at least fit the characters, so yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is a great sign for the show, and I feel like it, you know, can actually be good again. Anyway, that's all I really have to say, and thanks for watching.